Damit ein herzliches Willkommen zurück zu Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Ja, in der letzten Folge haben wir endlich unsere Mutter gefunden. Wir haben Lani gefunden. Und ja, wie es so ist bei Yakuza, ist es einfach katastrophal eskaliert. Und wir sind am Ende des Kapitels. Wir starten jetzt Kapitel 10. Schauen wir mal. Alter Finne. Und ich hätte mal zwischen der Folge auf Klo gehen sollen, meine Blase drückt. Ich Idiot. Jetzt muss ich wieder mitten in der Folge laufen wahrscheinlich.
So, AG tipped off Dwight about the safe house. And if what he said is true, he's also got ties to Ebina. I have that right?
Yeah.
And if he knows Dwight, I imagine he knows Bryce by way of association. That means it's AG, Bryce of Polycana, and Ebina of the Seiryu clan.
All of them working against us.
How could I let this happen?
Oh.
Everything. It's all my fault. H-on made a fool of me.
We're dealing with someone who put himself in a wheelchair because he dug up your history with Masato Arakawa. I doubt many people could see through something so devious. So don't put this all on yourself.
Yeah, but Hanawa-san and Wong still died. Akane-san got hurt. Lonnie's still gone. And now we're looking for her all over again.
I know it's a bad situation. We're at rock bottom. It can't get much worse.
But listen, Kasuga. That's all the more reason to keep your head up. Guys like us, all we can do is swallow the pain and push forward.
Chitose. I still don't have the full story.
You said Aja was blackmailing you? What did you mean?
Oh ja, das wäre interessant. Womit?
I wish I could tell you, but now's hardly the time. The police could be here any minute, and I'd rather be long gone.
That said, I do need to get something off my chest. Kiryu-san. Ichiban.
Yeah?
You've heard of the Tatara channel, yeah? The one that put false accusations on Ichiban and the party, and outed Kiryu-san's existence to the world?
War sie das oder war das
What about
Achan?
it?
The VTuber running the show, Hisoka Tatara. Well, that was me.
What?
Wow.
I'll demonstrate.
Alter, fuck.
What's up, people? Tatara channel coming at ya. Ready for another mind-blowing revelation? Cause here it is. The Dragon of Dojima's been spotted in Hawaii.
That voice.
Chi-chan? You're her?
Yeah. And it was Eiji who pointed me at you. You wrote the script, I did the song and dance. Now you know the truth.
I'd say that's pretty damning evidence. Still, I wouldn't have guessed it was AG behind all that.
Alter. Und ich mochte
It's
Eiji
just
zu
like you said
Anfang.
earlier. Eiji's been working with Ebina from the start. Everything he
Alter.
does is under Ebina's orders.
Speaking of, Ebina's starting some kind of garbage storing business with Polycana.
Yeah, I heard it from the man himself. Now I know which parts he left out.
Well, they've all been chasing Akane-san because she's sheltering Lani. Apparently, they thought sending Ichiban to Hawaii would help lure them out. And to see that through, Eiji's been keeping tabs on him from the moment they met on the plane. As for me, I was just another pawn in their game.
Alter.
Chi-chan.
So it's confirmed then. We're up against Bryce, Ebina, and Eiji in the end. Not to mention Sawashiro.
The captain?
Yeah, When Tatara and Ebina outed me, I was right there with them on video.
It's true, Ichiban. You put us through some major shit over here.
No, hang on a sec. You really think that's right?
What do you mean?
I know this might sound crazy, but... Guys, I don't think the captain would put Akane-san in danger.
Huh? Ichiban, you realize who you're talking about? He'll do anything and everything to get ahead, or save his own skin. For instance, wasn't he gonna kill Akane-san just to hide his dirty secret from his boss?
But he held back. Also, it was for the young master. To give his son a better life.
And now that he's lost everything, all he's got left is making good on his debt to Arakawa-san. Think about it. Why else would he let himself get locked up for a murder he didn't commit? There's no way he'd leave Akane-san to the wolves. Not after all this. You're that sold, huh?
Hurry it up, Ichiban. We need to go, now!
Kiryu-san, when the captain asked me to go to Hawaii, he bowed to me.
Er hat dich nur benutzt.
I know him. Bowing his head to me, of all people, can't be just an act.
Doch,
That's one
kann.
thing he'd never do. Me meeting Akane-san would help the captain bury one of his last regrets. That has to be why he sent me.
And Sawashiro, you really think Ebina hasn't looped him in on his real plan?
I do.
That's true. Then he might not be on Ebina's team after all.
Kiryu-san,
Sicher?
could you talk to the captain for me?
Immerhin war er in diesem Video zu sehen.
Right now, I need to go after Lonnie. If we don't act fast, she might be gone forever.
All right. We'll take this from separate angles.
Anything changes, I'll contact you right away.
Guess we've got ourselves a date with Sawashiro. Anyone lower on the totem pole won't be worth the trouble.
So, storming Seiryu HQ's on hold then?
Yeah. But first things first, we need a way to contact Sawashiro. Hey, you heard that, right? You know how to get a hold of him.
Like I'd tell you! Ha! Over my dead body!
If I were you, I'd choose my words more carefully.
Ja.
Don't waste your breath on this asshole.
Hmm?
Hey, Sawashiro may be elusive, but he's still in my town. Think I wouldn't already have his number?
You were quick, Sunny. Something wrong, Psycho?
It's just, didn't this Eiji guy completely pull the wool over Ichiban's eyes?
Yeah.
And now Ichiban's saying Sawashiro, of all people's, reformed. What makes him so sure? If you told me he was working for Ebina, I'd buy it. Yet somehow you believe him, don't you?
Maybe he sees something we don't. After all, isn't that one of his strengths?
How do I respond to that? That's cheating.
Well, whoever's side he's on, Sawashiro's still a key figure in all this.
True enough.
Okay then, let's get moving.
Right. When push comes to shove, you gotta keep your head up.
Kiryu-san.
Wie wäre es mit einer Lagebesprechung? Gehen wir doch mal alles durch. Dann sind wir alle auf dem gleichen Stand, wenn wir Sawashiro kontaktieren.
Okay.
Gute Idee. Treffen wir uns doch in der Survive Bar. Kann mir keinen besseren Ort dafür vorstellen. Wenn alle dabei sind, schätze ich, könnte ich sie dazu holen. Ja, das sollte kein Problem sein. Das Gleichgewicht von Ijinjo ist sowieso schon ins Wanken geraten. Um wen geht's? Warte mal. Ich will dir nicht die Überraschung verderben. Ach Mensch, das ist ja jetzt eher echt aufregend. Da sollten wir zum Survive gehen und es herausfinden. Ich habe aber auch gerade keinen Schimmer, wen sie meinen könnte. Bin gerade dezent überfragt. So. Hanawa ist also tot. Für mich war er nur eine Art Vorgesetzter. Alter, mit denen haben wir aber auch schon so ein bisschen was durchgemacht. Aber trotzdem ist zwischen uns eine ganze Menge passiert. Wir haben es so weit geschafft. Und jetzt? Hanawa, überlass Akane-san und Lani uns. Wir bringen das zu Ende. Versprochen. Du hast immer so hart gearbeitet. Du hast dir die Ruhe verdient. Ich werde dir bald Gesellschaft leisten. Alter. Hanawa und ich wussten beide, dass diese Arbeit uns das Leben kosten könnte. Es war nur eine Frage der Zeit. Nein. Ich wünschte, ich könnte es so sehen. Hanawa, wir übernehmen ab hier. Alter. Gut, wir haben hier nichts zu erledigen. Dann machen wir das. Dann laufen wir dahin. Alter. Oh.
Hello?
It's
Hallo?
Dante, Kiryu. You remember the place I brought you to the other night?
Im Harbor Light, oder? Date-san
Yeah,
meint, es
I
wäre ein
think so.
Versteck.
Come by when you're free. I'm drinking all alone at the bar.
Okay. But pace yourself till I get there.
Don't keep me waiting too long then. Might overdo it.
Oh. Da, genau. Ah, liegt auf dem Weg. Na gut, dann machen wir das mal.
Think I'll enjoy this.
Mal gucken, was Date-san für uns hat, wa? Alter. Heilige Scheiße. Ja, ich bin mal gespannt. Ich bin mal gespannt, ob Sawashiro in den Plänen mit eingeweiht ist oder nicht. Und ob er jetzt auch quasi so eine Art Geisel ist, weswegen er wahrscheinlich eher widerwillig bei diesem Video mitgemacht hat. Oder ob er tatsächlich ein Komplize ist.
Well, let's get started.
Pretty bold of you.
Da bin ich ja echt mal gespannt drauf, wie sich das entwickelt.
Not a scratch.
Apropos. Finde ich hier irgendwo? Nein. Nee, Nee. Nee. Auch nicht. Hä? Ich hatte gehofft, hier irgendwie so einen Eisenschläger oder diesen Stahlschläger zu finden. Vielleicht im Hornshop? Hier?
いらっしゃい。
Nee. Schauen wir mal, ob wir damit was machen können.
ありがとう。
Mal die Peitsche der Verführerin.
Let's beat him down!
Hardly a fair fight.
Nee, ich bin da mal den Drachen speien lassen. Bis gleich. So, da bin ich wieder. Bei der Gelegenheit gleich mal meine Wade noch mal ein bisschen gestreckt. Das ist richtig mies. Ich hatte tatsächlich direkt die Wade unter der Kniekehle direkt einen Krampf. Gleichzeitig hatte ich noch in der Mitte der Wade. Und der schlaue Beobachter, na gut, der schlaue Beobachter, also wenn ich mal die Cam anhabe und WWE streame, man erkennt, wann ich auf Klo muss. Also der schlaue Beobachter, also der gute Beobachter, der weiß ja genau, wann ich auf Klo muss, weil ich fange an zu zappeln. Viel zu zappeln. Und wenn ich anfange zu zappeln, dann bewege ich auch meine Füße. Und ich war gerade immer so kurz davor vor einem erneuten Wadenkrampf, weil ich halt eben meine Füße so blöd bewegt habe. Na, vielleicht sollte ich heute doch noch ein Bad nehmen. Aber ich da aktuell sehr vorsichtig bin, weil das letzte Mal, als ich baden war, da lag ich für 15 Minuten auf dem Boden, weil mein Kreislauf vollkommen versagt hat. So. So.
Think I'll enjoy this. I haven't
Da wollen wir mal hier reinschauen, wa? Das Harborlight. Datisan wartet da drin allein an der Bar auf mich.
So, let's catch up. For the record, Taichi's safely back in Okinawa by now. Saw him off at the airport personally. Bought him enough tchotchkes to fill a duffel bag. That cabaret fight shouldn't sour his memories of the city.
Good. Taichi's lucky to have you looking out. Thank you, Date-san.
Hang on. Too early to start thanking me. We need to talk about what's next.
Hmm?
Come on. Taichi's far from the only one you've shut out. You've been dead to the world how many years?
That's what I'm supposed to be. Dead men don't keep in touch. The Daidoji faction made that clear. They only back me as long as I stick to the shadows.
Then what happens now? There's video evidence of Kazuma Kiryu still walking the earth. Force majeure, as the French call it, out of our hands. Daidoji say anything about that yet?
No, nothing so far.
As I thought, they're not omnipotent anyway. Not half as much as they were.
What are you trying to say, Date-san?
Only that, the way I see it, the Daidoji faction has reason to loosen your leash a bit. If circumstances align for a near miss or two with old friends, they'll likely be too occupied to care.
Maybe. But you're forgetting. I keep my promises, whether I'm forced to or not.
Oh, I'm well aware. But seeing Taichi didn't make you break your word, did it? You keep your distance, they never know you're there. I'm sure the Daidoji won't raise a stink.
And if I were one of them, I'd be none too happy.
Bloody hell. Does that backbone of yours ever bend? How about this, then? You know what Kamurocho's like these days. With the Tojo and Omi put to pasture, the Yakuza are just a memory. Petty criminals filled that gap. Better or worse, they're too insignificant to pin down. Cops have nothing to hold on to with them.
I get it. So what?
Some Kamurocho folk think it's worse than ever. Reminds me, Akiyama's gone quiet lately.
Akiyama.
Oh, Shun Akiyama, der Rettungsanker von Kamurocho. Ihm gehörte ein Kreditbüro namens Sky Finance. Bei jeder Krise in der Stadt hat er mir geholfen, eine Lösung zu finden.
Can't find him? Date-san, when was the last time you two spoke?
Just after the dissolution, I suppose. He caught wind Kazuma Kiryu might have had a hand in it. Akiyama went hunting for anything he could find, but came back with nothing more than rumors. He rang me up late one night during his investigations. I've tried calling him since, but there's never an answer. He might have finally left town.
What? So he just disappeared? Do you even know if he's alive?
The thought occurred to me, so I've kept a watch going. If he shows up, the police will know. Are you worried? He's just one of plenty you've turned your back to, after all.
Natürlich würde ich es gern wissen.
I can't help but be curious. Of course I want to know how they're all doing.
That's so. Glad you finally said it. I'd feel the same way in your shoes. It's time to do something about that.
Tell me what you want from me, Date-san.
I thought I'd been clear. This whole bucket kick list of yours is an opportunity. You and the Daidoji can stay honest with each other while we get you some closure on things. Leave everything to me. Akiyama, too. I'll dig him up somehow.
Date-san.
Who else out there do you need to see? Think. Kamurocho's got a lot of faces. You spent practically half your life on those streets.
The people who meant the most to me are dead. Kazuma-san, Yumi, even Nishiki. I still visit their graves. In fact, I was just there recently. To say I'll be with them soon.
God's sake. All right, let's focus on the ones who are still above ground. Because, like it or not, that includes you, for now. So who else,
Wie geht es deiner Tochter
How's that
eigentlich?
daughter of yours doing?
Huh? Saya? Oh, she's fine. She's married now. 3 kids.
She's... doesn't that mean you're a grandfather? I don't believe it. You never thought to tell me?
Because that's not what we're here to talk about, damn it. All right. Quit trying to distract me, would you? Take your time if you have to. Think of Kamurocho, okay? I know there's someone there.
Kamurocho locals that I knew. Well, I guess there's Kazuki and Yuya.
There you go. That's a great call, in fact. Kazuki and Yuya. They're doing well, last I checked.
Kazuki gehörte der Ghost Club Stardust. Ich habe ihn über Kasama-san kennengelernt, als ich aus dem Knast kam. Yuya war Host und Kazukis rechte Hand. Das passt. Ich kann ihn nämlich bezeugen, wie gut seine rechte Hand ist. Sie sind alte Freunde, die alles überstanden haben, was Kamurocho ihnen in den Weg gestellt hat.
Stardust fell to the Korean Mafia some time back, but it's up and running again.
Is that so?
Yep, now that we have that settled, I only have to come up with a plan. Some way the Daidoji faction will write off as a coincidence, just in case. Like with Taichi, we need the perfect setting. Give me a bit of time.
Whatever you say. I'll go along with this because I trust you. Thanks, Date-san.
Stop it. This is something I want to do. There's no need for one word of appreciation.
Ich bin froh, dass Date-san sich nicht verändert hat. Er mischt sich immer noch ein. Seit wir uns während des Dojima-Falls vor 30 Jahren begegneten, hat er mich immer wieder gerettet. Ich hätte nie gedacht, dass wir so lange befreundet sein würden. Dito. Ist schon krass. Ein Yakuza und ein Polizist. Wohlgemerkt. So, Moment, wir wollen erstmal hier alles essen. Komm.
いらっしゃいませ。
Hallo!
Let's dig in.
Bon
Real
appetit.
meal.
You can never go wrong with chilled tomatoes. Simple and delicious.
Right? And if you think these are good, I know where we can get some even better ones.
Oh? Where's that?
Why, that'd be none other than my very own garden.
Oh, right. You said Adachi-san was teaching you how to garden. So you grow tomatoes?
Yeah, homegrown's always the best, isn't it? You should have seen my war with the crows.
A war with crows? Don't tell me you solved it with your fists.
Come on, what do you take me for? I hung up CDs and stuff. The movement and the flashing freaks the little bastards out.
Does that sort of thing really work?
Actually, not at all. At least not for me. In fact, it seemed to encourage them.
Jeez. So what'd you do about it?
I tried a bunch of things, but what really sent them packing was wrenching the curtains open and glaring at them.
You just stared at the birds?
Yeah, just opened the curtains and stared. In stone-cold silence.
Yikes. Oh, how creepy. I'd stop coming around too if I were a crow.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I'll do anything for my delicious tomatoes.
Well, if I ever find myself battling crows in my own garden, I know who to call.
Right on. Just say the word.
I bet if home improvement store sold posters of Namba glaring, it'd sell like hotcakes.
Was für eine Geschäftsidee.
Thanks for buying.
That was
That
great.
was certainly food.
ありがとうございました。
Ach ja.
I see you got here quick. Should have known you two would hustle.
Yeah, what took you?
Oh, hallo.
Hey, Zhao! Jungi-han!
How are you? It's been so long.
Indeed. I see you two are as lively as ever.
Hm.
Well, hello there. Taichi Suzuki-san.
I've seen you two around.
He used to lead the Yokohama Liumang. And I'm sure you remember Jungi-han.
Sunny filled me in on the details, including those about your condition.
Did she? Guess that saves us some time. Who are they?
Some local detectives. I call them up every now and again to keep me informed on Ijincho's latest and greatest. They're still in the trial phase, of course.
Ach du.
On that note, looks like your detective doesn't recognize our man Kiryu-san.
Wow.
Well, ignorance is bliss, as they say.
So that's what's up.
Die sind beide aus dem
Sawashiro's
Judgment.
a hard man to read, I'll admit. Depending on how deep he's in with Ebina, we may want to rethink our approach.
The Seiryu clan's been similarly hard to read after Takabe, their next chairman, went to prison. But hearing this puts a lot into perspective.
Yeah? How so?
It goes back to Takabe's arrest. He was suspected of handing his men illegal firearms. Apparently there was a rat, and now it's smelling more and more like Ebina.
Why?
I heard a Seiryu clan informant leaked the details that led to Takabe's arrest. Now, if Ebina was truly after a second-grade dissolution, he wouldn't need his superior out of the picture. So at the time, we never pinned him as the traitor. However, if the dissolution is merely a ruse, and his true goal was to take the reins of the Seiryu clan, then it's all but certain that Takabe's arrest is his doing.
Is it possible he wanted to split up the Yakuza, but then change his mind after swearing up himself?
Or maybe he joined the Seiryu clan intending to take over from the start. And to do that, he even sacrificed his career with the police.
Why do all that, though?
That's what I'd like to know.
Actually, if Sawashiro's always sticking around Ebina, I bet he'd have some clue.
Yeah. Assuming he's not on board with Ebina's plans like Kasuga says.
Well, Sonny already knows how to contact the guy. Let's just dial him up and see if he'll talk. Long as Ebina's not breathing down his neck.
Und das machen wir in der nächsten Folge. Oh ja. Ja, ich bin mal gespannt, wo uns das hinführt. Es ist sehr interessant, wie gesagt, ihr mit den anderen beiden und vor allem die beiden Typen hier aus Judgment. Alter, das ist so geil. Langsam vermischen sich sogar die Welten hier. Hammer. Ja, in diesem Sinne, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder im Stream. Es geht gleich weiter. Ich bin nur noch mal auf Toilette. Irgendwie drückt meine Blase schon wieder. Es fängt an, dass ich wieder einen Toilettencounter brauche. Alter. Und ja, mal gucken. In diesem Sinne, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Es geht gleich weiter. Also nicht abhauen. Und bis gleich. Ciao.